Welcome back to ARC PDX. Thrifting for fashion has been on the rise over the last few years. Inflation is making budgets tighter, and increased awareness of the environmental impact of fast fashion are just some of the contributors to this trend. So this morning, we are digging into how to build a wardrobe that is both good for your wallet and for the planet. Joining us is sustainable fashion expert and stylist Renée Lara. Thanks so much for joining us, Renée.
Good morning, Wesley.
Good morning.
Nice to be here.
Of course. Okay, so first, just from what you've seen or heard, why has thrifting exploded in popularity?
It's been around for a while, but really very impactful right now. Like you mentioned, people are a little bit more conscious about how we're shopping, how it impacts our environment. Absolutely. There's many reasons. Another one of especially is that honestly, it's better for our wallets right now. So, right, you can find some beautiful, beautiful pieces for less expensive. So department store prices versus your thrifting prices are just, it's a lot more easy to approach. Another thing is just really a lot of fun to go on that treasure hunt, right? To find some things. And it's really great for all ages. I've said this before, from my teenagers to, older. It's a trend that's just not going away, and it's very popular right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my 14-year-old niece is obsessed with thrifting right now. So.
Oh, yeah.
For people who have never thrifted before, what should they know before they go for the first time?
Yeah, there's a lot of things you should look for, but absolutely one of the first things, obviously, is to really think about when you're looking at pieces, damages, right? Mm-hmm. So we go into these thrift stores and it's so fun. There's lots of colors, textures in my brain, and different fun things to play with. But you really want to make sure before you purchase those pieces to really make sure the details. So the buttons are working, the zippers are working. Another thing to look for too is just the quality of beautiful cottons, silks, things like that, that they're intact. Even your really classic jeans and denim, that they're not falling apart and there are tons of rips and things like that. So you're not just grabbing it at the thrift store and then you're then having to go to a tailor somewhere to get it fixed. So just really keeping an eye on those things. As well as you don't have to be a fashion expert or a style guru to know just brands that are really reputable, or even brands that fit for you and work for you. So think about that before you go into thrift stores or secondhand and vintage shops for pieces that you have already in your closet that really work well in your body and that feel good. And that's something to maybe look for when you go shopping.
That's some great advice.
Yeah.
Obviously, here in Portland, thrifting is huge. We've got a lot of really great quality thrift shops here, but it can be overwhelming because there's just so much to look through. So can you tell us how maybe to spot a quality item quickly?
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, so everything, like what I was saying, damages and those things to look for, but even the lining, look at the jackets that you have. And I said, obviously, we don't want to see tears and things like that, but just the quality of what's happening inside a jacket, inside a pant, for one. Again, the zippers, things like that, making sure that things are working for quality piece. And I mean, it's really basic, Wesley. But, fabrics that are cottons and quality, a lot of these thrifting and vintage and consignment pieces are from the past. Yeah. And I find a lot of these pieces are actually better made, which is great. So it's those different, just even fabrics alone that that these basic, beautiful quality of fabrics can last and are durable, right? So those are some few tips.
Yeah. And you did kind of mention this quickly about shopping your own closet. So what does that mean? How do you shop your own closet before you go to the store?
Yeah, I think a lot of us go into our closets, maybe you, Wesley, I don't know, and you go and you're just like, I have nothing to wear, right? But we have this whole big closet of things to wear. So I like to give a 2-tip. This is great for my clients, but also especially for thrifting. You're going to be going, let's say, secondhand shopping, or even if you're going wherever you're going, is to think about those pieces in your closet that you're wearing over and over and over again, and you love it. There's a reason. But maybe you want to breathe a little new life into it for a new season. A fun thing right now is color. So that's kind of fun. But think about things that you're not necessarily doing with those pieces, and you want to switch it up, whether it's a shoe or a jacket or an accessory like a handbag. And the other flip side, I would say, there's pieces in our closet that we never really wear. Okay, maybe we let those go. but maybe we really love them and we just don't know how to wear them, or we want to give them a little new life. So think about those pieces and how can we have some fun with it? And also staying really true to your personal style, right? Let's not go too far outside the box, because you go into these thrift stores and you see some really fun things. And maybe even a fur jacket or a faux fur jacket or anything like this, which is great, but make sure you're pairing it with something that's your style, like a pair of jeans or a t-shirt, right? So be thinking about that before you just pop into these thrift stores and just go crazy.
Awesome. Renée Lara, that was such great advice. Thank you so much for being on our
You're
KX.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you, Leslie.
Happy thrifting.